Well, obviously, in a one-goal hockey game and your power play, I think we had 3 power plays on the night. And the early power plays, we had all kinds of opportunities, and we didn't have enough. And what I thought of getting pucks through, seemed like when we had glorious opportunities, they blocked 4 or 5 shots in the first 2 power plays for sure. And then later in the hockey game, we seemed to wander away from the front of the net. We didn't have a lot of traffic, and when we got shots directed, from the top of the circle, from the point, Bobrovsky had, a clean sight line. And he was able to stop, glove the puck down, and his view was unobstructed.
How'd you feel James played first game in a long time?
Well, I thought it was, Rhymes made some big stops for us. He gave us a chance. He battled hard in there. And, I think we gave up 2 breakaways. He stopped point-blank breakaways. So, I don't think you can point to the goaltending as a deficiency, that's for sure. He did his part to give us a chance.
Guys felt in that 10-minute stretch in the second period that they kind of let him down, that they let him hang to dry.
I think that was more of a mental lapse than anything, because we just started wandering around. For the first period, we had lots of life, and we were on our toes and jumping to pucks, and we were winning our battles. In the second, we just started to stall in the neutral ice. We're not a hockey club that can make those cross-ice passes consistently in the neutral zone. We got about a team that has to push the puck up the ice and then get it on the forecheck, and we didn't establish any of that probably for 10 to 15 minutes, maybe 13, 14 minutes of the second period. And they didn't do anything other than go D to D, put the puck back in, and go to work. That's what they did. And at times we had a hard time controlling them when they rolled 3 high. And that's something that we've done very well all year, defend the 3 high, but tonight we had some problems with it.
Trade deadline coming up. It's important as ever to block out the white noise factor in this town.
Yeah, the trade deadline's always a factor in any hockey player's life. Having played for a number of years and lived and died in one, so it was one of those situations that you remember, and it's not a lot of fun being a player at this time of the year when if your name's and in today's Twitter world and blogging and that, there's a lot more rumors floating around, so it's obviously a lot more to it than when I was moved in 84. I don't think they had Twitter then, did they?
Guys were saying keep things in perspective that despite the 3 losses, you guys are playing well before the break.
Yeah, the 3 losses hurt because we felt that we had points available to us on the road. That's the hard part, is when you lose 2 overtime games, and on the road, and we had a 1-goal lead in both games. That kicks you kind of, that doesn't feel very good.
Do you have updates on McLaren and Orr? It's going on waivers?
No, that the waivers will expire at noon tomorrow. Then there'll be a decision made if he's unclaimed on what we're going to do with Fraser. And Orsi skated, has shown some progress, but he will not play in New York on Wednesday night.
Andy, in the first period, it seemed like you were relying mostly on 2 lines. You had a bunch of forwards who were up there long periods of time taking long shift. Was that by design, or was that?
No, I think when you have the puck specifically in the offensive zone, those shifts get extended. It's amazing how much more energy a player has when they're playing in the offensive zone versus the defensive zone, and then that trend kind of reversed in the second period, where we got caught in the second period in our zone, and that's where it seems to really be taxing on not only the forwards but the defense there in that situation. But we dressed 7D to tonight, feeling that we could spot Kessel and Lupul and Clarkson, and the way the game went, we didn't get much of a chance to put Lupul and Kessel in that situation. We just more or less had Clarkson available to us, how the rotation went through.